tweet. So I'm going to read you this tweet. And this is Patrick Beverley. He's a good, feisty player. Good, feisty player. He said, Hoopers, say what y'all want. If King James said he's hooting, we hootin'. Not personal, only business. So my takeaway is it wasn't a shot at LeBron. It was the acknowledgement that, like MJ or Magic, the best player in the league with the most currency, he wants it, we're going. So I didn't take it as a shot to LeBron. Did you?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think you really have to do some mental gymnastics to make that a shot at LeBron. I guess if you read it in a sarcastic way, but I didn't see any indication of that. I was just on the phone with a player, a veteran player, who's got some say in the league, and he said, like, look, that's Patrick Beverley. He tweets just like he plays. He's going after you straightforward, straight, no chaser, right? And so here's the thing. This player told me as well, look, we know LeBron's the biggest voice in the league. If indeed LeBron took the position that Kyrie Irving has, and this is not LeBron against Kyrie either. We can get into that later if you like. But if LeBron were to come out and say, look, for whatever reason, I don't think we should play, players would certainly listen more to LeBron than Kyrie. Now, some are listening to Kyrie as it is, but obviously LeBron's voice holds more weight. But this player said something interesting, and knowing how much sway LeBron holds with Adam Silver, knowing that Maverick Carter is very close with Adam Silver and has been for years, this, I believe, is true. The player said he thinks that LeBron has even more sway with the league and Adam Silver than he does with the players.
Yeah.
So he said if LeBron were to come out and say we shouldn't play, the league would kind of be like, well, what do we need to do, LeBron? Why do you feel this way? What do we need to take care of? You know, whereas some players obviously will listen to LeBron and others will be like, well, hold on. LeBron's got Nike money. He's got all the money from his off-the-court endorsements, investments, and obviously all these max contracts. I'm not in his shoes. I have to listen to my own heart. So I think that was a good point by this player.
Yeah, by the way, Michael Jordan, you could argue, was closer with David Stern and had more allies upstairs. David Falk, David Stern, Nike. I could argue Michael Jordan, like LeBron, was so powerful that there were some players that resented Michael. He had lots of rivals that represented him, but I think it speaks well. Magic Johnson, by the way. I think right. the NBA is the only sport in America, in my opinion, where the best player is often closer to the league than other players because he is so valuable to the net worth of the league because he drives television ratings. Isn't that fair to support LeBron?
Yes. It's interesting you brought up Magic and Michael. Earlier in Magic's career, he was so close with Dr. Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers. Some players resented it because they saw him so close with the owner and, you know, they just didn't really like it. Obviously, over time, that changed. LeBron, I don't think players resent LeBron for the power he has because he's shown that he has the player's best interest at heart. He's shown that, you know, he'll stand up for social justice issues. So they don't look at him as a guy that, whether he's brown-nosed or sold out to get close, to get a seat at the table with the powers that be. They view LeBron as a guy who is so powerful in his own right that he just, you know, the powers that be listen to him and the players feel like he has their best interest at heart for the most part. And so I think they like the fact that LeBron can have that type of sway with the owners, especially in a situation like this where he would be speaking on behalf of the players. Now, maybe some resent it because in normal times, this could give him a voice with the commissioner that others don't have. But in a case like this where the players are unified and kind of, you know, this or a lockout or something like that, it's valuable to have a guy like LeBron.
You know, Chris, it's interesting. So as you and I go about our daily business, we go to the store and whatever, and people will often come up to you or people on TV or Joy, and they'll ask us sports questions. Who do you like? And so I was just hanging out this weekend, and young fans, like 20-year-old guys, came up to me and they said, and it got me thinking, like, who does the layoff help? And I sat there and I thought, I got to be honest. Old teams with veterans, we always know that veterans excel in the postseason. They get the whistle. They know how to manipulate refs. So who's old? Lakers are old, and Clippers got some old guys. Celtics are still pretty young. Milwaukee's still pretty young. Toronto is an old team. Denver's a young team. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, we may see Toronto emerge again. And I thought to myself, Toronto, Laker, Clippers, man, there's a lot of games, and they're all rested, and they're all healthy. So that's kind of my takeaway is this pandemic, we could have a league where it's going to be even Harden and Westbrook. I'm sitting there thinking the knock on those two is they're exhausted by June. Right. I think Houston could shock people. Your takeaway on my theory.
No, I agree. I think with Harden, as you said, in the playoffs, he's a little bit worn down and he doesn't play. It's a little overblown to say he doesn't play well, but obviously he has some struggles in big games. That shouldn't be an issue this year because you're right. He'll have his legs under him. He's well rested. I still don't think they can win it, but yeah, it should help Harden in that respect. Where it hurts those guys is both of them are so ball dominant that they need time to learn how to play together. And yeah, of course, early in the season, it was still all Harden all the time. But once they went small ball, they became less Harden-centric. And it was Russ having the ball in his hands just about as much as Harden. And if you notice, Harden's numbers fell off. His shooting percentage, his three-point percentage, his scoring, because he had to adjust to not having the ball all the time. So that's where they could get hurt. With the Lakers, they obviously are in great position because they have the greatest leader in the league. And that will, I know LeBron has had his guys on Zoom calls. He's been working out up at Sierra Canyon with some players. He's going to be in the greatest shape. He's probably got the best setup of anybody in the league. And so I think that will help the Lakers. The question mark with them is, heck, LeBron is 35. And most players will tell you, as a veteran, it takes you a lot longer to get going in the season. I've had guys tell me it takes them the first 20, 25 games of the season when they're later in their career to really get going. So will LeBron be a little bit hurt from the layoff just because of his age and maybe he's rusty and it takes him a little longer to get going? The team that I do think it helps without question is the LA Clippers. Look, Colin, they were arguably the best team in the league already. They're the only team to beat the Lakers twice. And Kawhi was in and out of the lineup. He sat out once every week or so. Paul George missed 22 games. Patrick Beverley missed 16. Landry Shamet missed 17 or 18, something like that. Now all of those guys will be healthy, presumably. They'll be in the lineup just about every night, certainly during the playoffs. So their chemistry should be even better. So I think the Clippers they're my favorite because I think they're going to be even better than they were in the regular season.
Chris Broussard's been very busy for us and all the shows here at the network. That's all the stuff we need today. It's great. It's on point. It's urgent. Chris, thank you so much.
Some sports, baby. Take
it by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry. Back to Iguodala. Up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James.
And remember, make tomorrow better than today and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.